You were here to liberate, not to conquer. And so you and those others did not doubt your cause. And you were right not to doubt. You all knew that some things are worth dying for. One's country is worth dying for, and democracy is worth dying for because it's the most deeply honorable form of government ever devised by man. All of you loved liberty. All of you were willing to fight tyranny, and you knew the people of your countries were behind you.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and welcome to this month's Live From at the Reagan Library. Remember, we do these on the first Wednesday of every month. During World War II, over 100 million soldiers from over 50 countries fought in the war. Each of those soldiers had a story. Some of those stories are well known, and some have been forgotten over the years. Some of those stories had to be kept secret during the war, and some of those secrets were taken to the grave. Some of those stories and secrets are only now coming to light. Now, in a worldwide premiere, come to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum for our brand new special exhibition, Secrets of World War II, which highlights over 100 of these rare and unique stories, showcased alongside hundreds of artifacts. This exhibition is open now through October 9th, 2022. Secrets of World War II are real secrets, real stories, and real artifacts. In fact, it's the first time, and probably the only time, that all of these artifacts will be together at the same place at the same time. So it really is a must-see exhibition. So as I just said, we have over 100 artifacts. Let's just talk through some of them right now. We have the infamous German Enigma coding and decoding machine. We have rarely seen fragments from a Japanese attack on Southern California. We have a grappling hook from Point du Hoc, one of only two known to exist. We have a knife from Omaha Beach, an M1 Garand rifle from the Battle of the Bulge. We have an electrically heated flight bomb suit. We have a Norden bomb sight. We even have a signed copy by General Eisenhower of the speech that he gave to troops on the eve of D-Day, and so much more. So right now, I am actually standing beneath an actual German Reisler Storch aircraft. Now, this aircraft was captured by the Allies during the war. It's known as a STOL, S-T-O-L, and that's short for short takeoffs and landings, which it could do in rough terrain. In fact, this plane and these aircraft were used and were crucial among every German front, because it was this kind of aircraft that would go in and find and rescue German pilots who had been downed behind enemy lines. Only 2 or 3 of these Storch aircrafts are known to exist, and we have one right here. So as I said in the beginning, we have over 100 rare and unique stories to share with you within our exhibition. And of course, we can't touch upon all of them right now, but I am going to share a handful of my favorite. And my absolute favorite is how U.S. playing cards and United Kingdom copies of Monopoly saved soldiers' lives. So let's share that story with you right now. During the war, the United States partnered with the Bicycle Playing Card Company, and the United Kingdom partnered with the Monopoly board game. And the purpose was to help prisoners of war. See, as part of the Geneva Convention, the Red Cross was able to give care packages to prisoners of war. And those care packages could include notes, food, and even games like playing cards and Monopoly games. So this is an actual set of the Bicycle playing cards that was used during World War II, which is an actual uncut sheet. So of course, during the war, if a soldier got them, they'd be cut. They could play poker with them, or gin rummy, or go fish, or anything they wanted. But the soldiers were taught that if they were prisoners of war and they got a deck of playing cards, to submerge them in water. And when you submerge them in water, the blue backing of the playing card would actually dissolve and come off, and it would leave you with a map to tell you how to escape. The Monopoly board games worked exactly the same way. The compass and files disguised as game pieces. Real money to help the soldiers once they escape, hidden beneath the Monopoly money. And then the board itself would peel off to provide you a map. And thousands of lives were saved by prisoners of war who were actually able to escape using these maps. This is my favorite story. But how about sharing a couple more? U.S. soldiers were often given Bibles, New Testaments, And some of those New Testaments were covered with a metal shield, and they were made specifically to fit in the front pocket of a soldier's uniform. And because of that, they became known as Heart Shield Cover Bibles. Now, these Bibles were actually known to save some lives. And how is that the case? Well, for the story, the case of John Phillips, he was in the Battle of the Bulge, and he was on patrol. And while he was on patrol, he was shot 5 times. Laying in the snow, he's sort of feeling his body for injuries and see where he was hurt. And he pulled out his Heart Shield Bible, and when he pulled it out, there was a bullet lodged in the Bible itself. It literally saved his life. Now, we don't have John Phillips's Bible on display, although I wish we did, but we do have 3 Heart Shield Bibles on display to help tell that story. Now, we've all heard of Normandy and Iwo Jima and Pearl Harbor. But did you know that the Japanese tried to bomb Nebraska, and that they actually sent submarines to attack the Southern California coast? We tell both of those stories here. In terms of the Nebraska story, Japan actually filled hydrogen-filled paper balloon bombs, sent them on huge wind currents with the hope of starting fires and destruction across all of Northern America. These paper bombs were found in Los Angeles and Alaska. They are found in Idaho and Montana. They were even found in Canada. Now, the Congressional Medal of Honor is the highest and most prestigious award that any member of the military can get. And here in our exhibition, we tell the story of Benjamin Salomon, the only dentist to ever receive the Medal of Honor, although it was awarded to him 58 years after his death. See, he was a practicing dentist. He joined the military as an infantryman, but because they found out about his dentistry skills and degree, he ended up moving over to the U.S. Army's Dental Corps. He was serving in the Pacific Theater. And while he was there, he was actually working on a patient when his platoon was ambushed by kamikaze Japanese soldiers. In fact, they found out later that the Japanese soldiers were sent in with the mission of killing a minimum of 10 American soldiers each. So Benjamin Salomon is working on a patient when he sees that some of these kamikaze Japanese soldiers are actually trying to break into the medical tent and kill those in the tent. So Benjamin Salomon picks up a gun and starts shooting. Not only does he kill that Japanese kamikaze soldier, he kills 98 Japanese soldiers while trying to protect all of those in the medical tent. Unfortunately, he was killed in the battle. Because of his heroic efforts, he was recommended for a Medal of Honor, but as part of the Geneva Convention, it actually says that medical professional in the military cannot carry or discharge a weapon. And since he discharged a weapon, they would not give him the Medal of Honor. Supporters of his fought this legislation for 58 years, and finally, in 2002, President George W. Bush awarded him the Medal of Honor, and we are so fortunate to have that Medal of Honor here on display at the Reagan Library as part of our Secrets of World War II exhibition. So again, that's just a very, very small sampling of some of the stories we have here. We also have large military aircraft and artillery, which is really fun to see, because how often do you get to get this up close to some of this stuff? For example, we have an actual M4 Sherman tank here. We have a World War II era Jeep and a World War II era scout car. We even have a WC-54 World War II ambulance that after the war was used in the TV show MASH. We even have big anti-aircraft items here. So for example, over my shoulder, we have a 1940s Sperry's anti-aircraft searchlight. We have a 1944 Bofors anti-aircraft artillery gun. We even have guns that were mounted onto submarines. So again, I've only touched on a very, very small amount of items here on display and just a very handful number of the stories. So we encourage you to come here and see it for yourself. The best way to learn more and to buy tickets is to visit our website at reaganlibrary.com/World War II. And it's actually sort of like the acronym of it. So it's reaganlibrary.com/WWII. Now, if you join us for these live frames, you'll know that we also feature items from our museum store that fit the theme of our live from. So of course, we are in our Secrets of the World War II exhibition. So what better way to show some of our items than to show you the items specifically made for our World War II exhibition. As a reminder, it's really simple to shop. Just go to reaganlibrary.com/store, reaganlibrary.com/store, scroll down just a little to the featured products section, and everything I'm talking about today and more are right there, easy for you to shop. The first, I just love, World War II era. We have a World War II thermos. This actually holds an entire pot of coffee and can keep items hot or cold for 48 hours. Now, like any thermos does, of course it has a lid that becomes a cup as well, but of course, we also have to sell our World War II, Secrets of World War II mugs. So we have that. And again, these are just a sample of the items we have on sale as part of our World War II exhibition. We have a Secrets of the World War II shirt. I happen to be holding the khaki. It comes in navy blue and black as well, I believe. And of course, what World War II exhibit would not be complete without a camouflage hat. Of course, our Secrets of the World War II logo on it. And then I am wearing our Secrets of the World War II jacket, which I can tell you is very warm. Very warm in this, so it's a great thing to wear. So again, just ReaganLibrary.com/store. Scroll down to featured products, you will see all of these items. So we want to thank you for joining us. Again, we only touched on a small handful of things. I want to end this podcast by sharing with you something that we did while doing this exhibition. We were fortunate enough to interview over half a dozen World War II veterans, and those videos are playing within our gallery, so you can actually hear their stories firsthand when you come here. And we asked every single one of those veterans, why should people come to an exhibition on World War II? And of course, all of them said you should come to an exhibition on World War II because you need to learn about the past so the past can't repeat itself. But every single one of those veterans also said it's important to come learn about World War II to remember and honor the memory of all of those soldiers who lost their lives fighting for our freedom. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
In a world premiere exhibition, the secrets of the most destructive war in history are revealed.
7,000 Marines died on Iwo Jima, passed under this flag. They died for you and they died for me.
It was the sacrifice of others, the true heroes of America, that made it possible for all of us to be who we are, where we are.
Experience Secrets of World War II, now open at the Reagan Library.